Hey everyone, it's been a while. I can't really remember the last time I made a video like this. Let's catch up. And instead of me just talking like this, let's hop on the bike and get some training done as well.
Drunk off your life, and I lost myself again. You hit just like a drug. This time I won't let you in. You're playing with fire. No, I didn't on the break, but this time I won't collapse like I did yesterday. You broke my heart once again. I won't buy the dust in return. I can't give it, I won't give it.
Alright, so 2023 now. It's over with 2022. 2022 didn't exactly go as I expected. I had some pretty good things happening in 2022. First and foremost, my strength training really kicked off. Was finally able to move the heavy weights. That means for me, crossing the 100 kilo line in squat and deadlift. Ended up with a PR in squat of around 130 kilos and with the deadlift around 160 kilos. Pretty happy with that. My benching was okay, but the latter part of 2022 was just weird. So around late March, I lost my job and headed into searching for new opportunities. Found one pretty quickly. Wasn't too certain about it, but wanted to give myself some challenges. So took the job. Turned out to be a massive failure. So I ended up really stressing about it, not feeling well, being ill all the time, and really not having any momentum in my training. Every 14 days, I would come down with something like a flu, but it wasn't really a flu. It was more like just not feeling well. So decided together with the company to end our obligations and take on new challenges. And while I was searching for a new job, I also made a 6-week FTP plan, which was overly ambitious with a lot of strain in it. And I just kept getting ill. And finally I realized that I was probably really stressed out. Not that I had a lack of sleep or had anxiety or anything like that, but every time I pushed myself just a little bit, I ended up getting ill. Every time I took time off to recover, I got ill. So no matter what I did, I ended up getting ill. And the training plan, of course, didn't help at all. I think most trainers now are advocates of 80% mass and then 20% high strain. And I was kind of like vice versa. So 70% of all my training was really high intensity, really strenuous, and only 30% was like just keeping it rolling. Had intense intervals, almost, I think it was 4 times a week, combined with 3 times strength training, which also taxates the body really much. So late November, decided let's take 14 days off, just completely recover, take some long walks, doing some very easy stuff when I feel recovered for it, and then just start building. I landed a new job and basically ended 2022 with feeling pretty good about 2023. So what happened in 2023? I got ill. Actually, New Year's Eve, started feeling not so good. Ended up being ill for a couple of days, started the new job, went full head on that, tuned the training down a bit. And hopefully 2023 will be a very good year. And this is also a reminder to everyone that has children. My kids get ill all the time. They bring, so much stuff home from their institutions. It's kind of hard not to get hit by that as well, but I'm doing everything I can not to, and have actually made some changes for 2023. So one of the things that I changed in the latter part of 2022 was doing a lot of different stuff. I've started taking cold showers, of course taking the primary part of my shower at a regular heat, but then ending off with 30 seconds to 3 minutes of just standing in the cold drops. And hopefully that'll help the body as well, both in recovery and overall health. I also upped my dosage of omega-3s, again, just to keep the body flowing. Really have my eyes set on getting enough sleep and enough recovery. I wear one of these Whoop bands so I can see how my sleep is and how much sleep I actually need to recover from the training that I do. And probably the biggest change for this year is that there'll be a lot more zone 1 and zone 2 training instead of really hammering the intervals. Because in ideal weeks, I should be on the bike for around 6 to 8 hours. And I can have some intensity with that, but more important is probably having like really intense training days and then just easy days on the side. Whereas I've had a tendency to basically make more intense days also quite long, but not going really intense, but then all that training was intense in the end. Less zone 3, where you just hammer for 2.5 hours, and more zone 1, zone 2 training, and then maybe having a day a week where I can really just go all out. Maybe just an hour, 30 minutes, do some seriously sprinting, anything like that, really above the threshold. And also knowing that it's hard to balance out lifting heavy weights and also doing cardio like this, because weightlifting really is strenuous on the body, so it takes more time to recover from. And if I want to do weightlifting 3 times a week, I can also have 4 to 5 times riding my bike. It's just not gonna work. So the plan is, when I'm approaching the season beginning and during the season, to cut down on my weightlifting. So basically maybe only lifting once a week, just to maintain strength. Then when we hit the fall and I will no longer be riding as much as during the spring and summer, I can up the weightlifting once again to 2-3 times a week, and then turn down the amount of volume I do on the bike, because I like to balance those things out. I think I get good results from weightlifting, but I can't do it all at the same time. So basically what I'm saying is that I'll try to manage my strength instead of just keep pushing. So listening to the body, making sure that it has everything it needs to perform, but also really listening to it. So if you have a 3-hour session, but you wake up and not feeling so well, maybe not do 3 hours, basically. And getting a lot more base miles in, a lot more volume, but with less intensity, because the body can easily recover from a 3 or 4 hour ride at zone 1 or 2 compared to a 2-hour ride where you do some threshold, some VO2 max, and even some sprinting. So you can do those trainings once in a while, maybe once a week, but then you need the base miles to even that out. And that leaves us with the current situation. So we're at the 21st of January. I'm on the bike, had a very long day. Yesterday we had a seminar, so I left the house at 5:45 a.m. and returned 6:45 p.m. the same day. 4 hours in the car and just a lot of impressions during the day. And next week I will be taking a deload week. There's another thing that I've incorporated to this week, this year's training plan. So 4 weeks where I keep a regular training plan, and then 1 week where I take the intensity down and also the duration down. So an easier week to recover from. We'll still be doing the strength training, we'll still be doing the riding, but strength training will be like 60-70% of the weight. So I'll get to recover fully from the 4 weeks of training. So to end off this week's training on the bike, I wanted to do a Zwift race. And there's a race today called Flat is Fast. It's around 24.2 kilometers with 100 meters of elevation, so it should suit me pretty well. And then tomorrow I'll do some strength training. And starting Monday, it'll be easy all in the upcoming week. So hopefully I'll do good in this Zwift race. So it needs to have a proper warm up now. And then let's see how the race goes.
You wanna shoot far away, I won't go back to you. I'm stronger, I'm stronger, I'm stronger today.
Warm up done, 5 minutes progressive, up to just over threshold, and then a 10-second all out effort. So, ready to race, 1 minute 45 seconds, and you'll probably only be watching the last part.
Para enloquecerme, pero voy a draw the line. Que yo ya sé que es de ti. I got to stay away, got to stay away. Sé que como un trofeo quieres tenerme, pero I don't need no one. Que yo ya sé que es de ti. I got to stay away, got to stay away.